Each year, more than 100,000 foreigners come to Australia on working holiday visas, hoping no doubt for the adventure of a lifetime. Backpackers wanting to extend their stay are required to work for 88 days in regional areas, and many end up picking fruit. But exploitation within the horticultural industry is rife, and those with poor English skills can be easy targets. Some employers are now openly advertising jobs for Asians only, prompting strong warnings from the Fair Work Ombudsman. David Lewis reports.
It's 7 a.m. and the strawberries on this farm in Caboolture, north of Brisbane, are ripe for the picking. Much of the delicate work is performed by backpackers, some of whom waited months for a job here after escaping exploitation elsewhere. Claire, from Taiwan, recently quit her job picking tomatoes in Bundaberg.
We just get $7 a day, and we need to spend maybe 6 hours a day to pick tomatoes.
And you only got $7 for a day's work?
Yeah, only.
The wage was paid in cash by a labour hire contractor who also charged her $125 rent each week for a mattress on the floor.
The house just like a pig live there. Very dirty and very messy, because everything is black because of soil. Yeah.
And how many people were in the house?
Oh, how many people? About 25, because almost they are Koreans, and they living in living room.
William is also from Taiwan and claims to have been underpaid while picking on a nearby strawberry farm.
We work maybe 6 days in 1 week, but when we get a pay, just maybe $300. It's not much. 1 hour just $7 or $8.
And did anyone ever complain?
Yes, but they not want to solve any problem. They just think it's your Asian guy's problem.
Like Claire, William eventually quit.
You want their money, so you still wait. Maybe wait 1 month, you still not get any money.
And so we stem pick all our fruit because once you handle it, it bruises.
Merv Shifke has been growing strawberries for 40 years and struggles to understand why anyone would treat their workers this way.
We certainly need these people. They're very important in our industry and they do get exploited.
He employs his fruit pickers directly, but many in the industry rely on labour hire contractors to manage their workers for them, and this is where the problems often start.
I'd love to just hand it off to somebody else and say, you handle the work for us, you handle all the paperwork and you do all that. But we're not prepared to sacrifice our business or our reputation to people who maybe do the wrong thing.
Going now into bedroom 4. Note there are no smoke detectors on the ceiling.
These are the illegal conditions inside a share house in Stanthorpe in southeast Queensland, where fruit pickers were housed by a labour hire contractor. Inspectors from the Queensland Fire and Rescue Service were acting on a tip-off when they showed up here unannounced in March.
On arrival at this place, the occupants were seen to take the mattress away.
The pickers were forced to sleep alongside each other in tiny bedrooms and hallways.
On the eastern side of the garage is another doorway. We located another 10 mattresses.
There are scattered belongings blocking exits, a clear breach of safety regulations that were tightened after 15 people died in a devastating fire at the Childers Palace Backpackers Hostel in 2000.
When we're looking at the illegal accommodations element, as a region we're very concerned about that element because they are literally death traps.
Peter Hocking from the Bundaberg Fruit and Vegetable Growers Association and the federal member for Hinkler, Keith Pitt, say the exploitation of foreign workers is a national problem and they're pushing for legislative reform in Canberra.
There is a seedy underbelly in the contract labour hire industry in this country.
It's something which has been around for a number of years, but the anecdotal evidence which is being produced to my office would indicate that it's escalating. It's escalating significantly.
Contractors are now brazenly advertising fruit picking jobs for Asians only on the internet, raising questions about their motivations.
Farm 1, job picking and packing strawberries, contract pay, live on farm, $80 a week plus bond, Asian girls only.
Fruit packer Donna Moy says her daughter has plenty of experience picking fruit, but is increasingly being turned away by contractors on some local farms.
And then she replied, "Can you speak Korean?" And that was the end.
She suspects her daughter's nationality is the problem. And how many of these ads are you seeing nowadays?
Oh, lots. My daughter actually applied again for one, but I don't think she's had a response back when she said that she was Australian.
There's activity imminent in Bundaberg.
Authorities warn the advertisements could be in breach of the Fair Work Act. The Fair Work Ombudsman has formed a specialist team to investigate complaints from overseas workers.
It does concern us, the advertising for Asian-only workers. There are discrimination laws in the Fair Work Act and across this country under other legislation, and you're not allowed to discriminate on the basis of, for example, of sex or ethnicity.
Kerry Trundle and her team are preparing to conduct an investigation in the Bundaberg region, but locals say finding offending contractors can be difficult. Before dawn breaks, the contractors collect their fruit pickers from suburban share houses and drive them to farms where they work until nightfall.
It's hard to identify who these people are. They effectively close their company overnight. They remove their capital assets, they take the cash that they have, and they start up down the road with another company, doing basically exactly the same thing as they have been doing for a long period of time. So they're hard to catch. And this is one of the issues that we have. It is very, very difficult for our enforcement agents to be on top of these things.
Contractors keep their payments off the books, and governments are missing out on tax revenue.
They're not paying superannuation, they're not paying work cover, they employ a lot of their workers as independent contractors, so by rights they're responsible for their own work cover and super and that sort of thing, which they don't pay.
Rick Gillette runs a contracting business, but he can't compete with the prices being offered by illegal operators.
A lot of the Asians will keep quiet, they want the work, so they just bite their tongue and do the job.
They might stay quiet while they're here, but scores of backpackers return to their homes with bad things to say about Australia.
We are backpacker. We come to Australia to have a lot of experience, increase our experience, and that kind of bad thing shouldn't happen here.
We just came to Australia and we don't know everything. We're just like a freshman, just like a baby.
This industry will be left without workers, and we need to look after them. We need to look after them properly. I mean, they're human beings like us, and to put them out in the field, you know, from daylight till dark, in every kind of condition, every kind of weather, and then pay them a very low standard of pay is not fair and just.
David Lewis with that report.